Hey guys, welcome back to Salem, Cellar. 2022, we survived it. What a long year. There was really some great movies and some really bad movies. So today we're going to be discussing my top 5 favorite horror and sci-fi movies from 2022. I'll be right back. So 2022 had a lot of great movies. Unfortunately, I did not get to see many. I'm not really able to go to the movies that often, especially with 2 little kids. So if you don't hear a movie on my list, don't think I didn't love it. I just didn't get to see it most likely. Black Panther 2, I still really want to see that. I've been hearing really great things about it. So yeah, it's not going to be on my list, unfortunately, because I didn't get to see it. But that it's not on my list because I just didn't enjoy it. So number 5 on my list is Fall. Fall was released August 12th. Now, I went into this kind of like palms were sweaty, anxiety immediately because I have such a fear of heights. It was very surprising how much I enjoyed it. It was like one of those movies like Open Water, 47 Meters Down. And it just taps into like those fears immediately. So while watching it, what I want to say, I enjoyed the cast, of course. You know, Jeffrey Dean Morgan was in it. I love him. But for a film that takes place almost like 80-90% like in one location, it was pretty enjoyable. It was pretty entertaining. It kept me at the edge of my seat. I did not expect the ending. I don't want to give it away for people who haven't seen it, but it was more like an ending like 47 meters down, like, and not like Open Water. I kind of expected more of an Open Water ending, if you get my drift. But this film was just really great. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It was fun. It is what you expect. You know, 2 girls, 2 friends go climbing and they're stuck at the top. Like, who does these things? I don't know. I said that during my review, during the trailer reaction. It's something that I would never do, but I love to watch it. So yes, Fall is 5 on my list. So even if you have a fear of heights, you can still enjoy this movie. Number 4 on my list is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Now, this was released May 6th. I love this film. I loved it. Obviously, it's on my favorite list, but I loved it. I did not like the first Doctor Strange. I was really bored with it. Bored. I watched it twice because I'm like, okay, maybe I wasn't really paying attention the first time. It's something I have to watch twice to like, you know, really enjoy it. No, I didn't like the first one, but the second one just had so much going on. It was kind of like a horror movie, in my opinion. If you watch the What Ifs on Disney, there's a Doctor Strange episode that kind of like, you know, gives you a little glimpse into what this movie is going to be about. So if you haven't watched that What If, definitely watch all the What Ifs. They're amazing. But you know, watching this, I'm like, oh, okay, now this makes sense. Like, I knew they were going to connect them, but it was really nice to see it, like, on the big screen, everything being connected. But it was so much fun. It was dark. You know, Wanda's in it. It's just, I did not expect where it went, and I enjoyed it from start to finish. I enjoyed the ending, and I'm excited for more. This film was great. And it's sci-fi. I know it's an action, like superhero adventure, whatever, but this is sci-fi. So don't like, why is this on your list, Carmel? It's sci-fi. Chill out. It's okay. And if you watch the WandaVision, it's connected to that as well. It's just a good time. I recommend it. Number 3 on my list is Terrifier 2. This was released October 6th. So I love Art the Clown. He's my new favorite. Michael Myers was always my favorite, but there's something about Art the Clown that I love so much. And it's weird because I have such a fear of clowns. So Art the Clown, I love him in All Hallows Eve. I love him in the first Terrifier. When I first saw Terrifier 2, I was not in love. I was not impressed. I didn't like the plot. I didn't like the storyline. I just didn't like it. It didn't feel like scary and dark and like the way the first one was shot. It did not feel like that at all. And I just kind of like, what is this story? I didn't love it. But I have to admit, the more I watch it, the more I kind of love it. I don't know, it just grew on me. It really has become one of my favorite movies now. The plot is still bad in my opinion, but it's gory, it's fun. I like the characters, you know, they've all grown on me. And yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite films. If you've watched the first film, in the second one, in the beginning, he's resurrected and he's on a killing spree and he's after a brother and sister. I think that's the part that I didn't like the most, that he kind of had a purpose behind what he was doing instead of like just random killing. I liked the random like madness, craziness of Art the Clown. And recently, Damien said in an interview that the third film is going to be back to basics, back to the first one. It's going to be dark, it's going to be scary. So I'm very, very excited about that. Number 2 on my list is Barbarian. Barbarian was released September 9th. Now, it took me a little while to see this movie, probably a couple of months. I heard some things about it and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not going to like this. So I put it off for a while. People were comparing it to Hills Have Eyes, and I do not like the Hills Have Eyes movies. There's a lot of things that take part in these movies that make me uncomfortable. So I tend to skip them. Like I watch them once and then I won't watch them again. Same thing with Wrong Turn. It's just something about them that I don't know. It's just hard for me to watch. But so I finally watched it. I'm like, let me do it. People are like raving about this film. So I started watching it. After watching the trailer, which I was thinking completely something different than what it was. You know, she shows up at the Airbnb, somebody else is staying there. I thought he was up to no good. I didn't really trust him. Turns out he was a nice guy. He was a good guy. It started cute, romantic. I'm like, oh, this is really sweet. And then it just like goes left and it's brutal and it's bloody and it's just like, you know, there's this, it's not really a scary film, but there's definitely like an ominous, dark vibe throughout. You know, you just feel that darkness. And when you have the flashbacks and you see that man doing all those horrible things, and you just think about all the things he did for like, what, 40 years they said, it's kind of like, oh, it makes you sick to think like this could possibly be happening, like, you know, in our country worlds, whatever. So yeah, it really like gets to you. You know, the ending was okay. Justin Long is in this film. I do love Justin Long. It never ends well for him in horror movies. I have to say, it never ends well. And this is no different than any other film he's in. He always has a bad ending in horror movies, but it's great to watch. For somebody who stays at Airbnbs a lot, you think I wouldn't enjoy this film so much, but I did. It's fun. I want more Barbarian films. Number 1 on my list is Deadstream. Deadstream was released March 11th. Now, this is a horror comedy. It is found footage. It is funny as hell. Let me tell you, I laughed the entire time. It is just so funny. Like, there's you see like people online, like he's obviously live streaming, hence Deadstream, and you see like people's comments throughout the entire movie, and it's hysterical because it's what you'll see in like the comment section on YouTube, on Twitter. It's really funny. Just the jump scares. There's a lot of jump scares. A lot of times, like I just like, you know, when you kind of like cover your eyes and you expect something to pop out and it scares the crap out of you. You expect it, but when it still pops out, it still scares you. It's a lot of those. It was just a really good film. I did not expect it to be what it was. I enjoyed it. It was my favorite movie of 2022. I can watch it over and over and over again. I want more Deadstream. It was really good. I remember first watching the trailer. I'm like, this could be annoying, you know. It's an influencer and he's going to this house that's haunted and he's live streaming it. Could be annoying. He seemed like a funny character, but I'm like, oh, okay, is it really going to be scary? I saw like the things jumping out in the trailer. I'm like, okay, maybe. And then you watch it and it's like, wow, this is a lot better than the trailer. This is a lot scarier than I expected. And it's and it's funny. Like, what's better than like being scared but like laughing at the same time to lighten up that tension, that anxiety? It's just such a perfect combination. So yes, Deadstream, I loved. My favorite film, I'm not saying it's like the greatest, I'm just saying it's my favorite film, my personal favorite film of 2022. Comment down below, let me know what your favorite film was of 2022. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll be right back.